How to identify stakeholders. Identifying stakeholders is an important step in project management. Stakeholders are individuals, groups, or organizations that have an interest in the project and its outcomes. Identifying stakeholders can help project managers to understand their needs and expectations, and to develop strategies to engage and manage them effectively. Here are some steps that can be followed to identify stakeholders in a project. 1. Determine the scope of the project. The first step in identifying stakeholders is to determine the scope of the project. This includes identifying the project's objectives, goals, and deliverables. 2. Review project documents. Review project documents such as the project charter, project plan, and project scope statement to identify potential stakeholders. 3. Conduct a stakeholder analysis. Conduct a stakeholder analysis to identify the interests, needs, and expectations of stakeholders. This can be done by conducting interviews, focus groups, or surveys with stakeholders. 4. Identify key stakeholders. Based on the stakeholder analysis, identify the key stakeholders who have the most significant influence on the project's success. 5. Document stakeholder information. Document the information gathered during the stakeholder analysis in a stakeholder register. This should include the stakeholder's name, role, interest in the project, level of influence, and communication preferences. 6. Review and update the stakeholder register. Regularly review and update the stakeholder register throughout the project to ensure that stakeholders' needs and expectations are being met. 7. Use surveys. Surveys can be used to gather information about stakeholders' interests, needs, and expectations. Surveys can be distributed to stakeholders through email, mail, or online platforms. 8. Use focus groups. Focus groups can be used to gather in-depth information about stakeholders' perceptions and attitudes towards the project. Focus groups can be conducted in person or online. 9. Use interviews. Interviews can be used to gather detailed information about stakeholders' interests, needs, and expectations. Interviews can be conducted in person or online. 10. Use social media. Social media can be used to identify stakeholders and gather information about their interests, needs, and expectations. Social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn can be used to conduct surveys, hold focus groups, and conduct interviews with stakeholders. 11. Use project management software. Project management software such as Microsoft Project, Asana, or Trello can be used to identify stakeholders and track their involvement in the project. This can help project managers to identify who is participating in the project and who is not, and to engage with stakeholders who are not currently involved. In conclusion, identifying stakeholders is an ongoing process that requires continuous effort throughout the project. By using a variety of methods to identify stakeholders, project managers can ensure that all stakeholders are engaged and that their needs and expectations are met. This can help to ensure the success of the project.